My name is Hewitt and I'm the lead teacher for politics at Sedgehill Academy. You should study politics at Sedgehill Academy for, well, several reasons, but most importantly of all, I would argue that at no other time in recent political history is it worth studying and understanding the political environment, particularly within the UK and the US context, which is what we study at Sedgehill. The mere fact that we've had three elections, I should say, in the last 7 years is something you should need to know. Why have we had an election in 2015, 2017, 2019, and possibly another one within the next 2 to 3 years as well? And politics is one of those subjects that at schools where understanding politics helps you understand the world around you. If you've ever wondered why certain institutions function the way they do, with regards to democracy and participation, if you've ever felt like you're disenfranchised, there's reasons and there's shifts in the way the world works, which helps us understand and break down and almost in essence establish our place in the UK context and the global context. Today, I'd fundamentally argue that politics is one of the most important subjects you can study. In terms of the breakdown of the politics course, there are 3 papers. So in essence, there's 3 main units of study. You study first and foremost UK politics, which means you look at things like the electoral system, democracy and participation in the UK, the factors that affect voting behaviour in the UK, the growth and the establishment of the different political parties in the UK, from the major parties to the minor parties, and that tends to encapsulate one of the papers. The second paper looks at the UK government, so things like the UK constitution. Why do we not have a codified constitution in the UK? Looking at how government works, so the role of backbench MPs, the role of the Prime Minister. Is the Prime Minister effectively held to account by the House of Commons? The role of the government whips. The difference between the 2 chambers, the House of Commons and the House of Lords. Should we have an unelected House of Lords? And then finally, our third paper looks at the US politics, so US government. And again, similar to almost the first paper, looking at Congress, the role of the president, the importance of the US Constitution, the Supreme Court, and similarly against the UK paper, democracy and participation in the US. And a lot of that US paper, as well as looking at how the US political system works, it's important that we also look at the comparisons between the UK political system and the US political system. In terms of the extracurricular activities we can get up to within A-level politics, that can involve, of course, visits to the House of Parliament, engaging with our local MPs and what we can learn from our local MPs with regards to their role, but more importantly, engaging with them to understand how to make the political system work for us and work for the wider community. And I think, as much as I can talk about visits and trips and what we can and can't get up to, I think the most important thing is ultimately and fundamentally comes back to what we do in the classroom. And in studying politics, it's about unpicking those big questions. So for prospective A-level students, should the voting age be reduced to the age of 16? It's not yet. There are several people who would rather see us have the vote at 16, so unpicking why that's not happened, and then looking at the arguments for and against it. Should we have a first-past-the-post system? Should the UK not move to proportional representation like some other countries in the world? Does the media influence the outcome of elections? If it does, how does it? Why does it? If it doesn't, what arguments can we bring forward to unpick that idea? So I often say that we can go to places and we can visit things, and we do that, of course, in politics, but actually it's the in-depth conversations within the classroom that really bring politics alive.